So you just started wrapping cars and you are running into problems. Here are 5 rookie mistakes that most vinyl wrappers that are beginners usually do. And I'm also going to show you how to fix those. Now, let me explain this. Yes, you've been watching a lot of YouTube videos, and yes, you've been learning from different people. The only thing I can say is that you need to understand what techniques actually work in those specific areas that you're working on and which ones don't work. Not everybody on here is going to give you the right advice, but I will definitely go ahead and show you these mistakes and how to fix them, and also anticipate them so you don't have to make that same mistake again while you have another client. And number 5 is my favorite one, so stay tuned for it. Number 1, understanding directional fill. Yes, not every vinyl is directional, and I understand that, but you need to still understand for the ones that are directional, you need to know how to lay it out. And the 2 main manufacturers of vinyl that is directional, Avery Dennison and 3M. They're both great vinyls, but they are directional on certain ones. And how to determine if they are? First, contact your sales rep or check online. It should tell you if it's directional. Next, you need to understand the layout of the car and which way you want to make it directional to. Do not ship panels any which way that you think that they're going to work. It doesn't work like that. For instance, if we're working on this part of the fender right here and the arrow is pointing towards the back, then the rest of the vinyl needs to go around to the back. But as you get to the bumper, then it needs to turn towards the way that you're going away from. So if these on this panel are going towards us, the next one needs to go behind us, which is that way. Then as we get over to this side, we're gonna go bring it back up to the front. So that way it's going in one motion all the way around, clockwise or counterclockwise. Choose one and stick to it. Number 2, overstretch it. Do not overstretch the vinyl. Just because you think you're heating the vinyl and pulling, don't use that method. What I recommend you do is heat and relax. When something is relaxed, it doesn't move. If it is tense and has a lot of pressure, or I should say tension to it, it's gonna peel back or pull back to its original state. Now, when you overstretch, there are small limits that can be taken, so that way you can let the vinyl basically go back to its natural state and then start to make sure you can work it to where it fits onto that panel. But if it doesn't, then this is what you need to do. Take it off and redo it, because the people that are paying for this, they want it done right. So do it right the first time. Number 3 is my pet peeve. I do not like this. Cutting on the car. Do not do it. I don't care if you're a pro at it. And if you don't know what I mean, just take a look at this. You see that line right there? That's basically showing that someone has cut on this car carelessly, making a mistake and did not own up to it. They just wanted to hide it up under the vinyl. But if you have to consider cutting on the car, then use Knifeless Tape. Now, number 4 is when people want to wrap a bumper in one piece. Yes, certain bumpers can be wrapped in one piece. Not all bumpers. Not all bumpers can be wrapped in one piece. So you have to put in inlays. If you don't put in inlays, the vinyl will peel back, crack, or blow a hole in it. Reason why is because it's gonna bubble up, causing it to tint, and then the air pressure, heat, moisture, and all of that goes in between is gonna cause it to crack and break away. Therefore, you're gonna have to redo that panel, especially if it's a bumper. Sometimes it takes an hour, sometimes it takes 3 hours. What I want you to do is take no hours of redoing it, because I want you to do it right the first time. That's why I'm exposing these mistakes, so that way you can go ahead and make sure that you don't have that same problem later on. And I know you're asking, like, what's an inlay? An inlay is basically a small piece, whether it's on a front bumper, as you can see, probably right there is where we would put an inlay. So that way it makes it easier for us to wrap that bumper in its specific piece. Say for instance, that's 30 inches by 120 inches. We do not want to fight really hard, causing it to peel back and bubble up in that area because we didn't put an inlay. Inlays make our lives easier as wrap installers. It should make your life easier as well. Sometimes it does take a little longer, but it lasts that much longer when it's done correctly. And number 5, I told you number 5 was my favorite, or is the one that's really gonna be the most detrimental. Patching. When you make a oops, when you make a oh no, or even a what the, that's when usually a patch comes. And what do I mean by patching? Sometimes you may cut short, you may leave the vinyl cut too short to where it shows the existing paint, or you just may have cut it too damn short where it's like, whoa, why did I even cut there? Or your blade might have just slipped. All of these are different reasons why some people patch. The funniest one is when they measured, or supposedly thought they measured correctly, and they was 6 inches too short. So don't patch, instead redo it. Why patch it just to make a band-aid over this beautiful car? What's the point? And in this video right here, we're gonna show you all of what has happened over the 5 mistakes that I would just address, why they shouldn't be ever done this way. I don't know who thought they was gonna do it and they thought they were doing it right, but Watch it.